Today we're going to look at 5 retirement havens. These havens were handpicked by the team here at Holy Schmidt because they are beautiful, peaceful, and safe, and really, really cheap. We spent a lot of time gathering the data to come up with these 5 retirement havens, and the data came from a lot of different very reputable sources. In fact, we'll give you access to our spreadsheet at the end of the video. I'll show you exactly where to go to download it for free, but it's important to note that the 2 non-negotiable points were safe and peaceful and cheap. Without these 2, retiring to one of these havens on a limited budget, maybe even Social Security alone, would not be possible. So at the end of the first exercise, we had a problem. And that was we had well over 25 countries that met the criteria. So we had to add a few more because frankly, we needed to get it down to at least 10, if not less than 10. So we added the requirement that the location had to be stunningly beautiful. The country also had to have good internal infrastructure, meaning things like the utilities worked pretty much more or less like they would in the US. The same thing for critical services. And last but not least, we wanted to make sure that you could actually go there because a lot of these places don't allow people to retire there, even though they meet all of the other criteria. So it had to have a reasonably large cohort of expats. This last point about expats is more important than you would think, simply because a lot of countries don't want people from the outside retiring there, showing up, basically putting down their stakes and moving in and using the services of the country. For example, if you're a retiree and you move to a country with a good medical infrastructure, and the countries that we're going to talk about all do have reasonable to good medical offerings, then they could actually lose money if you move in and start claiming medical benefits. So even if the country meets the criteria of beautiful, peaceful, and inexpensive, they might not give you a long-term visa. One last point, and then we'll get into it. Some of these videos that you see on where to retire do identify places that are inexpensive. They're even really, really cheap, and they're beautiful, but they're quite dangerous. And so you might see a list of 10, 15, 20, or 25 countries, but some of those you just wouldn't want to move to. We have culled ours down to 5, frankly, because we couldn't find more than 5 that met all of our criteria, which we'll talk about now. This list is built entirely off of 2024 information, by the way. As I said, I'll give you the information at the end. That way you don't have to stop the video on where you can go on my website to download it for free. Now, in order to provide you with a good list, a usable list, you have to anchor to some point. In this case, our point was peacefulness, safety. And we used the Global Peace Index as our reference point. If it wasn't in the top 50 in the Global Peace Index, it did not make the list. The Global Peace Index is quite well respected. If you're in the top 50, you're in what's called the green category. Then you start to move into the amber category and then into the red category. On the back third, anyway, there are 162 countries in the Global Peace Index. Iceland is number 1, Yemen is number 162, and the US is number 132, right behind Brazil at 131 and ahead of Iran at 133. The next category was cost. The countries on our list had to be at least 2/3 or less the cost of the United States, and frankly, some of them are a lot less. The countries all ranked in the top 50 in terms of natural beauty, in case you're a hobbyist and you want to engage in bird watching, gardening, or nature walks, for example. And the countries were all in the top 50 in terms of modern infrastructure, with the exception of one, and that's Vietnam. It was number 55. And there's a very specific issue with Vietnam, and that's the road system there. It isn't the things that you think about in terms of cell phone towers or utilities delivering power to your home. And the final criteria, a large expat community, was super important simply because if they're there, that means that they've already done it, they've already gotten the visas, they've already gotten the approvals, and they've already, frankly, vetted, for the most part, the hospital systems in the country. All right, let's get into it. Number 5, Spain. Spain is known for an exceptional quality of life, a vibrant culture, and warm climate. You combine all of that with an affordable cost of living, which is about 2/3 that of the United States. Spain has a lot to offer. It has sunny beaches on the Mediterranean, It has wonderful mountains and it has historic cities. One of the biggest draws of Spain is the healthcare system. They have a well-regarded public healthcare system and they have excellent private healthcare options. And the country is obviously quite affordable, especially out of Madrid and Barcelona. And frankly, if you're relocating from the United States to a town or city in Spain, there are a lot of options to choose from. You don't have to end up in one of those two cities. Spain also has a favorable residency program for non-EU residents, i.e. for people from the United States. Their visa program allows people from the US to move to Spain long-term without a corresponding work requirement. And going through the rest of the numbers with you, it's number 23 on the Global Peace Index, number 5 in terms of absolute beauty, ranked number 5 in the world. It's number 22 in terms of infrastructure, and as I mentioned before, it runs about 67% of the cost of living in the United States. Next up is Japan. The cost to live in Japan is about 65% of the cost of living in the United States. Japan is known for its rich culture, advanced technology, excellent healthcare, and laid-back environment. The country is known for its clean and safe cities, efficient public transportation, and breathtaking landscapes. One of Japan's main attractions for retirees is its high-quality healthcare system, which is renowned for its affordability, accessibility, and excellence. They have universal low-cost healthcare in Japan, but they also do offer private options if that's something that you're interested in. And for you retirees that are thinking about staying there for a while, Japan has the largest number of centenarians per capita in the world. Japan ranks number 17 in the Global Peace Index. Its costs are approximately 65% of the US. It's ranked number 23 in terms of raw natural beauty. And very importantly, its infrastructure is ranked number 2 ahead of the US, which is at number 3. Next is Portugal, which has absolutely stunning beaches and has easy access to the US by plane. The country enjoys around 300 days of sunshine per year, especially in the Algarve region, making it ideal for outdoor activities like golf, hiking, and beachside relaxation. One of the main advantages of Portugal is its cost of living, which is significantly lower than some of its European brethren. Lisbon and Porto are the two cities that people retire to most, or somewhere around them. Lisbon is more cosmopolitan, Porto is more laid back. Portugal is ranked number 7 on the Global Peace Index. The cost of living is 64% of the US. It's ranked number 13 in terms of just raw natural beauty, and it's ranked number 29 in terms of infrastructure. Next up is Argentina, which comes in at 42% of the cost of living in the United States. The country has a temperate climate with warm summers and mild winters in many areas, allowing the retiree the opportunity to live there year-round. Argentina is also well known for its vibrant culture and welcoming atmosphere. Buenos Aires is the nation's capital, and it's ideal for retirees who want an urban, culturally vibrant experience. It's known as the Paris of South America. Buenos Aires has stunning European-style architecture, tree-lined streets, and a huge art scene. Mendoza is located in Argentina's wine country, and it's ideal for retirees seeking a relaxed, scenic lifestyle. Known for its stunning vineyards set against the backdrop of the Andes Mountains, Mendoza offers a peaceful environment perfect for outdoor enthusiasts and wine lovers. The cost of living is lower than in Buenos Aires and Mendoza, particularly for housing, and it's a much more laid-back atmosphere. It's number 47 on the Global Peace Index, which is inside the 50, but it's on the outer edge of the green area. Cost of living is 42% of the United States, and it's ranked 26 out of 162 in terms of raw natural beauty. Infrastructure is ranked 44, which basically means you're not going to get Japan-style infrastructure in Argentina. Finally, number 1, Vietnam, coming in at 41% of the cost of living in the United States. Housing, food, and services are inexpensive, allowing retirees to live comfortably on a modest budget. Vietnam's healthcare system is also accessible and affordable, with quality private healthcare facilities in major cities like Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi. Overall, Vietnam's affordability, culture, and scenic beauty make it a wonderful option for retirees. Vietnam is ranked number 41 on the Global Peace Index. Its cost of living is 41% of the US, as I mentioned earlier. It's ranked number 36 out of 162 in terms of raw natural beauty. And it's ranked number 55 in the world in terms of infrastructure, primarily because of the road system in Vietnam. If you'd like a copy of the spreadsheet that we used to build this video, you can go to holyschmidt.com/abroad. Also, if you like this video, check out that video, why retiring to Portugal should be at the top of your list. This is Jeff Schmidt, and I'll see you on the next video.